Hi guys, it's Miss Griffin again. We're looking at Unit 3, Skill 2, Part A. Skill 2 is split up into 3 different parts because we're talking about how to perform 4 different types of transformations. Today we're kind of doubling up with translations and reflections. So your essential question is, how do we perform a translation and a reflection? Pretty basic. So if you think back to the video that you watched last class on identifying transformations, a translation, remember, is a slide, and a reflection is a flip. So we're going to learn how to slide and flip today. The front side we're going to focus on translations, and the back side will focus on reflections. Example 1 says, in the diagram below, triangle ABC has coordinates A, B, and C. Graph and label A prime, B prime, C prime, the image of triangle ABC after a translation left 8 units, and up 3 units. So we're going to go left 8, up 3 with every single point here. And you're literally just counting boxes. So I'm going to write myself a note here that we need to count boxes. So I'm going to go left 8 starting with A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But then we need to now go up 3. 1, 2, 3. Plot the point. Call it A prime. Now you don't actually have to make those little jumpy marks. I'm just doing it on here on the video so that you can see what's happening. Now I'm going to do the same thing with point B. Left 8, up 3. Count boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up 3. 1, 2, 3. B prime. And last but not least, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up 3. 1, 2, 3. So now I'm going to connect to make a nice, beautiful triangle. And this is now my triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. Easy as pie. I don't know that pie is easy to make, but it's easy. Okay, you just count boxes in whatever direction it tells you to count. So then in our next example, unfortunately they didn't plot the original picture for us, so we have to take a few seconds to plot that picture. A is located at -3, -1, so that means to the left 3, 1, 2, 3, down 1. And this is A. B is +2, +4, so to the right 2. Remember, coordinates are always in XY form. Over to the X, up or down to the Y. Over 2, up 4. And then C is at 5, -2, so to the right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 2. And connect that to make a nice pretty triangle. It says graph the pre-image, which we just did, and the image after the transformation T to -4. Remember that the 2 lines up with the x's, it takes you left and right, and the -4 lines up with the y's, it takes you up or down. So if T has a little 2 in the first spot, that means that we are moving to the right 2, because x is +2 to the right. Y says take it to the -4, so that means down 4. Right 2, down 4 for every single point. Go ahead, pause the video, and plot that on your picture, and then hit play when you're ready to see what it looks like. Take every point, go to the right 2, down 4, right 2, down 4, right 2, down 4. Okay, so you should have a picture that looks like mine. Again, I just went right 2, down 4 for every point. And then the last step here says list the coordinates of triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. So all that means is state where they are located. A prime, B prime, C prime. Remember that we always go X and then Y. So for A, it looks like that we went left 1 and then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So left is -1. And then we went down 5, so -5. And this is counting from the origin, the center, 0, 0. So now to get to B, we go right 1, 2, 3, 4. So then we didn't go up at all. That means that B is located at 4, 0. And then last but not least, C prime. We go right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So positive 7, comma, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Positive 7, negative 6. This here is our final answer. Sometimes they ask you to state the coordinates or list them, other times they don't, so you just have to make sure that you're reading the problem carefully. So that's it for translations. Again, you're just sliding, you're counting boxes, and now we're going to flip it to the back to talk about reflections. So go ahead and flip that over. Okay, so when we're looking at reflection, remember that reflections are flips. We're going to do some back flips here in just a second. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to flip some triangles, that's all. In the diagram below, triangle ABC has coordinates A, B, and C, so they're already plotted for us, which is kind of nice. And then it says graph and label triangle A prime, B prime, C prime, the image of triangle ABC after a reflection over the line x equals negative 2. So before we dive into that, we need to talk about x equals number lines and y equals number lines. X equals a number on a graph. Sketch yourself a little xy axis here. X equals a number means go over to the x-axis and count to whatever number it is, so say it's x equals 3, and then draw the line straight up and down. This is x equals whatever that number is. If we have a y equals a number, you have your xy axes, and you go on the y-axis to whatever number. So say maybe it's y equals negative 3, so I go down 3 and then draw the line. So in part A, where it says y or x equals negative 2, go to the x-axis, find negative 2, and then draw the line straight up and down. So what we do with a reflection is we count the boxes. You should write this as well. Count boxes to the line of reflection. And then you want to count the same number beyond. Count same number of boxes past the line of reflection. You're making it look like a mirror image. So when your triangle is finished, you should have something that looks like it's being reflected through a mirror. It's kind of like opposite. So if we are reflecting, again, we count boxes. So A currently is 1, 2, 3 squares away from my line that I drew in. X equals negative 2. So again, 1, 2, 3. So now I count 1, 2, 3. And here is where I'm going to plot the point A prime. Now I'm going to count for B. B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away from my red line, so now I go 6 beyond it. Count the same number you just counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here's where I'm going to plot point B prime. And then last but not least, C. Count boxes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Count the same number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here is where C prime is going to go. And connect. So that's it for part A. Part B says that we want to graph and label triangle A prime, or A double prime. Let's write ourselves a note. This is called double prime. The image of triangle ABC after a reflection over the x-axis. So I go back to my original triangle, and this time we're focused on the x-axis, so I'm going to just kind of outline that axis so we focus on it. And then again, we just count boxes. A is 1 away, so we go 1 beyond it, and we get A double prime. B is 1 away, we go 1 beyond. B double prime. Now C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away, so we go 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. C double prime. Connect, and you're done. So again, reflection, we still count boxes, but you count the same number twice. Down here with example 4, we again still have reflections. This here has us graphing and labeling the prime triangle, which is the image of triangle ABC, after a reflection over the line y equals 0. So again, go to the y-axis and find 0, and then highlight it. Highlighting it gives us the x-axis. Y equals 0 is the x-axis. And vice versa, x equals 0 is the y-axis. Apparently I don't know how to spell. Axis. So now we're reflecting over just the x-axis again, just like we did. A is actually on the x-axis, so it stays and becomes A prime. Nice and easy. Same thing for C. It's already on the x-axis, the line of reflection, so it stays. It doesn't have any boxes to count. And then B is 1, 2, 3, 4 away, so I go 4 beyond it. 1, 2, 3, 4. B prime. Connect. And then just double check, make sure they don't tell you to label, or state rather, the coordinates, and I don't see it here anywhere. So I guess that's it. Again, reflections are flips, translations are slides, and for both, you have to count boxes. Have a good one, guys.